Today, we're sitting down with Cynthia, the founder and president of Quantum Healing Systems. Her life journey is as inspiring as it is insightful. But what led her to where she is today? Let's take a look behind the scenes.
What's your backstory? The prequel is my story prior to going into my great shift from my present age, from my present health, from my present life to a new life. I don't know what's going to happen, but I do know I want to be able to remember everything possible. And I'm going to record that here for future review in comparison, maybe side by side. Okay, that'll be fun. It's going to be fast. I've got a document here with all my questions on it. This is all the questions I'll be asking. I've got this cheat sheet here that I'm going to review. First thing is family culture, mother and father's culture. I am a oldest with twin. My sister and I were the oldest and with 5 children. Grew up in a very busy house with a lot of noise. I had 3 younger brothers. My sister and I were the only girls with 3 younger brothers. And they were quite active, like little boys will do. We had a very good house. It was a nice upbringing for the most part. I had my father and mother both were multiple generations. I don't know how many. We have on my father's side and my mother's side Native American history. That's the Cherokee Nation on both my father and my mother, and there's stories there. I grew up in the 50s and 60s, a long time ago. 50s and 60s, prior to all the change that took place over the 70s. It seems like so much changed so fast. The 50s and 60s were very sweet times for the most part. Memories I have about growing up were we had a lot of family outings. We did a lot of travel. My parents liked to vacation. My father was very accomplished in anything he attempted. My mother too. My mother was a person who was an unusual woman. She got out there and did jobs that were typically only handled by men. My mother was also very capable, very, very smart, and I take after her. When I was little, I felt loved for the most part. I have to add that for the most part because there were crazy times too. My parents liked to party too much. My father liked to drink, and in the 30s, when you were in your 30s, that can be handled. They continued that behavior, and then by the time they were in their 40s, things got to be pretty ugly. That was when I was in a later teen, my sister and I. And it changed at that time, and my father and brother were killed in a car accident. My father, it was 19 when that happened, and that was quite traumatic. My younger brother was 4 years younger than me. That really was harsh to handle. It was harsh for all of us. I was very shy when I was growing up. My twin sister was really popular. I wasn't so much. I was the one who was studying. We were both very athletic. Everybody in the family was very athletic. I did suffer a lot of injuries when I was young. I broke these fingers from volleyball and basketball, and I twisted my ankle. I can't tell you how many times. Ankles. Broken toes. I've had scars from falling on my bicycle and skateboard, everything. I was into it. So injuries include little things, and I can't say they coincide with traumas so much. the injuries. Illnesses now, I had a problem that it was terrible cramps, menstrual cramps. Many girls had it, and I had that problem, and I went to the doctor and found out that I had not just cramps, but I had colitis. There it is. The nervous colitis. It went away. It was push and shove and harsh in later teenage years and trying to do so much. I have, with the challenges as a young person, I continued to pursue education. I made a lot of decisions that were based on emotional experience of the time that I have since worked through with various and necessary clearing and processes that have helped me a whole lot in sometimes just remarkable ways. I didn't marry until I was over 30, and it's because I was very active in my professional life. After college, I got into a position as a sales engineer, one of the first women sales engineers, 1980, hired for an international Fortune 100 corporation. And it was a great career. I was with them for almost 10 years, learned so much. It took me all around the world, traveling. And I did finally I found someone who would put up with me, and we've been together now almost 40 years. So he's a really good guy, and never had children. I've had a lot of dreams about having children. I love children. It's not because I don't like children. It's because I just didn't want to have the focus on children. I'd rather have the focus on career. And I've had a very interesting career path. So that was my choice in life. I was born with scoliosis, with the curvature of the spine. I had a car accident at age 16 that left me with terrible neck problems and back problems compounded by the scoliosis. When I was 19, I finally went in and went to a chiropractor every other day and lived in a very fragile state for about a year. At the end of that year, I had built up such great tolerance, and my back had improved a whole lot, and I'd grown almost 2 inches at age 19. So that's why today I'm almost 6 feet tall, and so that's very unusual too. So I have back problems, chronic back problems, because of that whiplash that I had from that car accident, that's compounded by the scoliosis, but compounded by a following car accident. I mean, cars have been a problem for me, and I've been in several terrible car accidents, and one when I was 40, my car flipped, and I had compression fracture in my spine that has been a chronic problem. And of course, the QT wave really helps with that a lot. It makes such a big difference, this QT wave does. Anyway, traumas include injury, falling, and every injury I've ever had, there's a reason for it. I can tell you, as an adult, I can always look and wisely say, that happened, and I made it happen because I know why. Not because it's something that you set out to do, but I fractured my ankle really bad. I've had a lot of issues, health issues, that are all related to filters. I lost my appendix at 18, tonsils at age 7, ovaries, gallbladder, that's gone too, filters. And now the spleen, because I had blood clots not too long ago that caused the spleen to become blocked. So there's a lot of different things that are going to be clearing up for me. I added up once how many organs I miss, and it was 7. So I'm going to look forward to seeing those 7 organs. We'll test and prove that that's the case. I'm looking forward to seeing the back straighten and scoliosis gone. I'm looking forward to see the metal out of my ankle gone. I'm looking forward to feeling so good. I want to dance. I want to dance again. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the ability to have a excitement about every single day. I already do pretty much, but I'm looking forward to that too. Got a husband here who will watch all of this and hopefully be motivated to join me in this new story that we're going to write together. And maybe this time around we'll have children. Maybe this time around we'll have a house full of children, because I think it's going to be very different. When I went to the gynecologist because of very painful cramps and the colitis and stuff that I was going through, and I found out at that time I had a tipped uterus, and it was going to be very difficult for me to have children. And at that time, and I thought, wow, okay, let's see if we can't get that fixed too. That's one more thing I'm looking to get fixed. Today, I am definitely committed to service, to help people all over the world. And we're going to make that happen as quickly as possible. Okay? It's kind of my backstory, and that's a good place to start right there. And we'll see where this goes.
Join us on the Prequel, where every story matters and every voice is heard. Because here at QHS, we're all about healing, learning, and growing together.